right, Scott, we're hitting the dirt tracks to become legends.
This is how legends are made.
Scott, you and I are checking out MX vs ATV Legends, and I gotta say, dude, I did not become a legend in this game. What are your thoughts on this one?
MX vs ATV Legend, my first issue is with the nomenclature. If it's called that, why aren't we all racing in one big pool? Why aren't I next to an ATV when I'm on my dirt bike? But anyways, that's kind of an aside. Getting into just the first impressions of this game, I thought, okay, this is MX versus ATV. I've experienced a few of these games before. It's got a little bit of a lighthearted slant to it, but it also tries to do this thing where it's kind of pseudo-realistic. The controls for a dirt bike is something that I'm familiar with in real life, so I can understand a little bit what they're going for here, but we had a bit of a different experience with this game. What was your first impressions?
Dude, bugs, glitches, and more bugs. Like, it was just one broken experience after another for me. I was frustrated from the get-go, and this is unfortunate. I've been a long-time fan of this franchise. Dude, it goes way back, like years, right? And it's definitely got
I remember
that
it on PS2.
Absolutely, it has that arcade aesthetic to it, and I can, dude, I'm down for that. Like, let's go. But when things just don't work, like, man, it is, you have your compound, you go to your compound, you get your missions, and then from there, even the tutorial starts there, which didn't work properly half the time either. I'm going to things, they're just not clicking, they're not working, things aren't happening the way they're supposed to happen. Dude, in the tutorial, right, there's this one part you're supposed to hit the jump. All right, I hit the jump, cool. Now hit the jump, do a spin. All right, do that. Okay, now hit the jump just for fun one more last time. So as I'm going, my bike sinks into the ground and grinds its way to the ramp, and then I can't shoot far enough because I'm not actually planing from the ground, and I just bury myself. I was so frustrated for 90% of this game. It is busted for most of it, and it's just more glitches like that. Go to your compound, talk to your crew, because you build your crew over time. Yo, go to talk to my crew, and you're supposed to get this prompt comes up. Prompt doesn't come up. Like, okay, maybe I've gone too far. I'll back up. Prompt doesn't come up again. I move forward again. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Like, oh, dude, that's my experience with this game. But
and we've played a lot of games. If you need to cheese some sort of a scenario for it to activate, that's not necessarily unfamiliar, but that sounds so much more frustrating than my experience with it. You mentioned digging in as the dirt bike, and that might be the most realistic part of this game, is that if you spin that tire too hard, you may dig in on turns, and that's actually how you would turn in real life. But there's a lot of other parallels they attempt to do. The clutch out with the left bumper. We're playing this on Xbox, and the left bumper clutch out makes sense, but when you drop the clutch, you can't be at full revs to do that. You just blow up your dirt bike in real life. So that is the first kind of thing that stuck out to me. I thought, no, that's not how that works. And then there's no gear shifting, at least not by default. So if we're going with the clutch, why don't I have gear control and the like? And that was really strange to me. But the one thing they did nail with the realism is the actual turning of the bike. With the left stick, you can kind of manipulate the handlebars. With the right stick, you're doing a lean, and that is absolutely necessary. You cannot turn a dirt bike without doing a lean. Trust me, I've tried.
Dude, you know what? Getting into the actual game, the arcade experience is the only thing that's really there, right? It's your career, and that's why you play the entire game. You play your career going from dirt bike to ATV to the UTV, and that's it. There's no level creator in this game whatsoever. It is pretty empty and bare bones. It's very minimal. And sometimes that works, sometimes it's not, right? It just feels like it's a little empty for me. Once you actually get into the race, though, dude, the tracks look great. Like, the world looks awesome. The sound effects, on the other hand, are something to be desired. You go in reverse, it is one of the worst sound effects I've ever heard. Swear to God, they took a windsock and just rubbed their hands on it, and that's what's going on as you back up in reverse. It is so broken.
We were laughing about that prior to going recording because it is just so strange, and I thought, no, it can't be that bad. Yeah. I know what a two-stroke sounds like, and this is not that. It sounds like a microphone buffeting in the wind. It's quite awful that way. at least with the tracks, you're correct though. They do look really good and they're well thought out. They make sense as a dirt bike track. You're not
Sure.
going through city streets or anything silly like that. You're riding the whoops, and again, you can lean your weight back and forward to kind of maneuver that properly. That makes sense, and that's kind of where the main enjoyment for the game was for me. Can I hit this track in a way that would be smooth? Because that's really what translates into speed. You know, it's no good if you keep hitting the bottom of every ending ramp. There's nothing good about that. But it left a lot to be desired, unfortunately. We talked about it prior. Sometimes you'll be leading in the race, and then all of a sudden it hits you with a Mario Kart kind of thing, where for some reason people are just flying by me in the final lap. Why did I establish such a lead? It wasn't easy to do that to begin with. So there's a lot of frustration buried in this.
Dude, there's a ton of frustration buried within this dirt pile of a game. Even trying to take off at the starting line when the gate drops and you go, dude, you're holding your clutch right, you're revving your engine, and away you go. I go to take off, my bike goes backwards. Like this, no, it's just what a broken game.
There is no reverse gear on a dirt bike. Just if anybody wasn't aware.
No. You're supposed to walk your bike backwards. This is how it works. Here I am. I'm just like moving. No, dude, I can't do it anymore, Scott. What are you scoring this thing?
Well, this one was something that I wanted to have a lot of fun with, and I did have some fun with it. I can't make that up, but it was just held back by so many different half realisms. It was like a great idea on paper, but it wasn't fully realized, and that's just really unfortunate. It is kind of hard where to place this, but because of the overall bugs and issues, I have to be there with a 6.
I'm a little lower than you. This game is so frustrating. I can barely play it half the time, and it was such a disheartening experience because it's such a long beloved franchise that I've followed for years. So I had high expectations coming into this. Unfortunately, it left me at the starting line with a 3.5. MX vs ATV Legends left us in the dirt. We wanted to become legends, but with so many bugs, glitches, and overall problems playing the game, we didn't enjoy ourselves nearly as much as we should have.